Hi all, welcome to my channel. I am Mark, this is Mark's Mods. And today guys, we are going to be doing our Lancaster bomber build. So we are going to do issue 64 of Build a Lancaster Bomber. Okay, this is where we now get the replacement hinges for the undercarriage doors. So we have the undercarriage to do what we've been working on previously. And obviously we've got two sets of hinges this time because we need to replace the hinges on the other undercarriage doors. Yeah, I've heard that it still doesn't fix it. That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been seeing. So yeah, I don't know what is going to happen with this one, to be perfectly honest with you. I will do it. I will see if it works on mine. But if it doesn't, then it's another fix for Harshette to sort out. They kind of had long enough to sort it, so you would hope that it would be a lot better, but we can only see when we get over to the build desk, which we'll do now. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, so this is Undercarriage Doors, is issue 64. I'm going to do it as we would normally do it, so I'm going to do the build first and then we'll replace the hinges on what we've already done after. So we need to bring down our undercarriage doors. I'm just going to turn them over like that. Now you need to make sure you get these correct. And we're going to put on the hinges. So this is the left hinge. Now they do come in bags marked left and right. And by the looks of it, it wants it to go in that way around. Okay. And then the right hinge to go in that way around. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so that is in. Now, if we bring our undercarriage across, I'm going to go to the top camera. We need to fit these. That little piece has just fallen off, but I'm not bothered about that. And these are just going to simply go up and sort of hook on. Now, this is now the time when you know if you've got your left and your rights. As long as they go on the correct way, I don't think there's any problems. Okay. So, and they just kind of hook on. Okay, so if we get this part next, this is just going to simply get the right end, fit over just like that, and then we can secure them in with 2 DP screws. If they don't work, and I'm just saying if they don't work, then it's not going to be a problem because, like I said, I know others are having the same problem. So I'm very lightly putting these screws in because I reckon we're going to have to take them back out again. Okay, so same on the other side. Two DP screws. The actual issue of this isn't that bad. To do, it's just whether everything's going to work or not. So again, I'm just putting that in nice and gently. Okay, so that is in. We need to put in the arms, which are these that are just sort of flapping around. They're going to fit into there, so one in there. And then one into there. Okay, so it's a case of, will these work? Let's see. So, we want the motor for the undercarriage. Switch it on. Okay, so as you can see there, they're not. Kind of work. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, it hasn't got the cowlings on yet. No, it's not too bad. Okay. Right, so I'm pleasantly surprised how they've shut like that. Yes, they're not perfect, but it's looks a bit better than what it was. To be honest with you. Okay, so I'm going to unplug that. Yes, okay, it doesn't look exact, but they've gone on pretty well, to be perfectly honest with you, compared to what we had before. And like I said, we've got none of the engine cowlings on yet, so is there going to be a difference when they go on? I really don't know. But what we do need to do now is we need to replace the ones in the other wing. So here is our other wing. Now, simple of this is, I've actually taken these off before. We just need to undo the 4 DP screws holding the hinges in. So, in reverse order of what we did for the issue. Okay, take them out. So that's one of them out. That's 2 of them out. Unhook the hinges. You just sort of push the doors up and the hinges should come down. Okay. And then the doors will come off. Okay, and then we can take them off. Okay. So, we now just replace the hinges. So, one in there. One in there. We just need to hook these on. Put the screws back in. Again, I'm not doing these tight. I'm doing what you call finger tight. Okay, so we get a second one. Okay, and we need this bracket. That tape's only there just to keep the wires in place before we put the outer shell on. Now the only problem I've got with testing this is, because we wired some of the things up, I don't know which is motor and which is the actual undercarriage door motor. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, so just the arms to put on, wherever they are, there we go. So one arm on there. And get this other one. Okay, so they are on. Now I need to work out which motor is going where. Yeah, this might be easier said than done. It's not that one. I think it's this one here. I think. Okay. What I'm going to do is just see if this is the right motor. Right, so no LEDs are coming on or anything. So it's definitely not an LED motor. Is it an undercarriage motor though? Yes, it is. So that was great, worked out. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, still does the thing. Okay, so it's still not fixed. So that is what we are hoping for. But we're not really getting it. And it's not opening them at all now. Oh, it is. Yeah. That shuts them. It just won't reopen them. Okay, so the undercarriage doors on the other side fit a lot better. I think a lot of it might be to do with the cowling as well, but it hasn't really worked, the fix that they've sent. It's, yeah, not as good. So I think House Shit are going to have to sort this one out really for us, because it's not looking that great. And I don't know how they're going to do it either. But what can you do, really? Yeah, it is what it is. Now, whether I run this with the doors opening and closing, I don't know. You know, I mean, the finished model is it in flight. So, yeah, you wouldn't have the landing gear down if it was in flight going over a dam. So I don't know. Anyway, at least I can say that, you know, we've changed them. They don't work, but you know, it is what it is. But the undercarriage we did, the first one, seemed to not be too bad. So we'll just have to see what Hachette come up with the fix. But that is issue 64 complete. Well guys, that's it for issue 64, the Lancaster bomber, and to tell you the truth, I'm not surprised. I'm not upset that the fix hasn't worked. I kind of already knew that that was going to be the case, because I know as soon as that pack came in, people would be on the undercarriage doors. And then by obviously seeing other people's problems and pictures with them, I'm not surprised that it didn't work on mine. And yeah, I'm not that upset, because I think it's something that can be fixed. I don't know how, but I think it's something that can be fixed, but it's just coming up with the correct solution. And as far as I'm aware, Hachette are aware of it as well. So we'll just have to wait and see if they find another way of fixing it. But yeah, there's not we can really do, unfortunately. Probably, like I said, I probably won't be displaying mine with the undercarriage down anyway. It would be nice to have it come down and go back up, but sometimes this just doesn't work, and it's just the way it is. Anyway guys, if you like this video, please can you give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.